pushed it.
No.
This is what dudes do to their friends.
If you cause the wreck, you write the check.
She wanted me to be her surgery sister.
Because you all gonna do the procedure at the
The
same
same
time.
time. Yes. We book together, we go together.
Y'all surgical sisters.
We surgical sisters. He doesn't like my cooking.
Your mama think coming to court against your wife's cooking was a good idea. You ain't married to your mama. There's a big world out there, and it's filled with people that just don't see eye to eye. See, that's why I come here. See, I ain't got a law degree, and I'm way too fly to wear a robe. But this is where common sense presides, in my house. Court, now in session.
All rise for the Honorable John
All right, everybody, here we go.
This is the case of Michael Zavala versus Eric De La Cruz. Michael is suing Eric for $6,057.55 for medical bills from a scooter accident he claims Eric caused. Eric says he doesn't understand why he's being sued because Michael is to blame for the accident.
Let's start with you, Michael. You have 30 seconds to state your case.
I am suing my friend, well, I don't know how long we're going to be friends after this, but I'm suing my friend Eric for $6,057.55 for a scooter accident that he caused. It's medical bills from a shattered leg that I got from the scooter accident. He promised me he would pay for it 3 years ago, and I still haven't seen a dime. So I believe that if you cause the wreck, you write the check.
Okay, Eric, it's your turn. You have 30 seconds to
I'm
respond.
gonna tell you the truth. Okay, so no, I did not force him to get on the scooter. He got on the scooter on his own will. It's ridiculous I'm here in this courtroom for something that he caused himself. Not only does Michael have a broken leg, but he is also blind. Because I was clearly being a good friend when the accident happened, and he didn't see it then, and he obviously doesn't see it now.
Oh.
Yeah, so I do not owe him any money at all for anything.
All right. Well, let's get into this. When did this happen?
Labor Day 2018, we were all hanging out with some friends. We had brunch. The day went on. It was just him and I, and he wanted to go to this restaurant. It was about, I don't know, a mile or 2 miles down the street. So that's walking
Well,
distance.
I don't walk, so...
What, you fly?
I'm gonna get all hot and sweaty and gross by the time I get there, and it's all like, I want to go home after that and shower.
Oh, okay.
So I thought, we could just walk to this. He goes, no, we're going to take a scooter. I said, no, I wasn't going to do it. I'm not doing this. This is not something that I'm comfortable with. And I will admit, I did give in to peer pressure. I did end up riding the scooter. So I'm going very, very slow. Now we're getting to unfamiliar terrain. I got to cross the street now. We're on the sidewalk. Now I got to go across the street. And so I determined that going straight across the street would be the best way. So he's beside me as I'm starting to take off. He goes, you can go faster than that, and shoves me.
No, I was behind him watching him. Then I went around him, did not push him, just went around him.
He's going slow. You're behind him. You're a guy. I know you pushed him.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't push him.
I know you pushed him.
No,
This is what dudes do to their friends.
no.
Get your ass up there. I'd have pushed him and watched him crash. I'd have been going around him in circles. Because we're guys. So
Yeah.
you're crossing the street. He says to you at that point, what?
He said, you
can
go faster
than that.
Yeah.
And then he pushes you, you say.
Yeah, it's like a shove, I think it was a playful shove. It wasn't something that he wasn't trying to be mean.
Yeah, just
it was
beat up.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what startles me, I roll on top of a manhole cover, the scooter loses control.
So the manhole cover's off.
No, it's on there. It just has all those little ridges. And so
It's just sunken in some.
yeah,
so
so
it just,
but it's got the ridges and these, the tires are so small, it just kind of like, you're like, oh, you fall over. At least that's what happened to me. So I'm laying in the street, and I think, okay, I'm going to get back up, get on the scooter, and I'll just catch up with him. So I stand up on my 2 feet, and I fall right back over. I don't know what's going on. I feel down to my leg. Something doesn't feel right. It's very numb feeling on my leg, and I feel my leg, and it's almost like just like a bag of marbles. Bones are not where they should be. Let me just put it that way. So I'm like, I've never broken a bone before, but I'm like, this is probably what
Let
it
me
feels
ask you a
like.
question, man. How fast were you going?
I was crawling. I mean, fast fast enough to stay balanced, but not fast enough to cause any damage. I always thought I was being very careful and very slow.
So he's on the ground.
Yes.
And what do you say when you look back and you see him? What
Well,
happened?
he's gone for 15 minutes. Like I'm on the ground.
You're on the ground for 15
That
minutes.
feels like 15 minutes. He's gone.
Maybe it was like not 15 minutes. It was like a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
14 minutes.
30 seconds. I
It
turned
just
around.
felt like 15.
Yeah.
I've ignored that already.
Yeah.
Because by then, your first appetizer is down in 15
Yeah.
minutes.
Yes.
You done had some nachos. Where the hell is he at?
Pilotes.
Okay, go
and all
ahead.
that. So I see him from a distance. I turn around, I go back. By this time, he's on the sidewalk already laid out. And I'm thinking he's joking because he's just dramatic. And he goes, I ran over that manhole over there and I lost control of the scooter and I fell down. And I said, okay, well, are you okay? And he's like, I think I broke something. So I didn't see no blood. There was no spotting of blood or anything. So I was like, well, let me touch his leg and see if it feels weird. So I rubbed my hand against it, and it did feel like something was out of place. So it felt like a lump of something. I don't know.
He touches the leg. Oh yeah, this. And I said, it's probably time to call an ambulance. I've never been in
said
an ambulance.
this.
Yes, because I've always wanted to ride in an ambulance. Never had an opportunity to ride in an ambulance. The guys are going to come. They're going to pull the stretcher out. They're going to put you on a VIP fast track to the hospital. It's
Tell
going to
me
be great.
something. Hold on. Okay, but the dream of riding in the ambulance, that
No, he's serious.
I've never ridden an ambulance, and I thought it's a life experience you get to check off the bucket list. You know what I mean? I said, call an ambulance. He says, I'm not going to call an ambulance. It's too expensive.
Yeah.
I'm going to call an Uber.
he says he's in pain. He
Well, I think
wants an ambulance. You know this is on his bucket list.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that at the time.
Oh, you didn't
I
know
know that the bucket list
Because I
part,
thought
yeah.
we had covered that. And you don't want to call an ambulance
No.
because it's too expensive.
Yes.
So now we got to save some money.
Yeah, I'm in medical billing.
So you made a conscious decision being in medical billing.
Yeah.
To
And
save
as his
your
friend.
friends some money.
Yes. The Uber got there faster than the ambulance would have. So it cost $10.
The whole galley went, that's true. So what happens?
So then we load him in the back seat.
What size is the Uber, by the way?
It's a sedan.
No, it's not a sedan. I mean, it's like the hamster car on the Kia commercial.
So you didn't call like Uber Black.
No.
No. It wasn't called.
It was Uber Wish, they called it. It was just like a little car that shows up. I get in the Uber, I'm laying in the back, trying to figure out how I'm going to fold in and not damage the leg even more. We get to the hospital, I wheeled right in to the emergency room. Turns out my leg is broken in 16 different places. It's shattered, completely crumpled.
Do you have any proof of that?
Yeah,
Because
we've got
you
x-rays,
just-
photos.
You just
everything.
can't say.
Yeah,
Your leg
I've,
was broken in 16. Let me see it. 16. Let me see it.
submitted some photos.
There you go. Yeah.
Wait a minute. You on a scooter? We have some more photos.
These are healing photos. I had 2 surgeries. One to kind of put like a halo, like a brace around it to support it. And then a couple of days later, they had a 4.5-hour surgery to literally rebuild the entire part of that leg.
Okay, I've seen this before. You had a pin put in your leg?
I've got like a whole Home Depot in my leg. It's, all these screws, plates, everything's still in there. Couldn't walk for about 4 months, couldn't drive and do all the other stuff until about 7 months. So I was literally in a recliner. Yeah.
Did you know this?
Oh, actually, I mean, he brings it up like annually.
And, what do you mean? And
Yeah, he has memorialized his leg. I have evidence, Your Honor.
Okay.
He actually
Nancy, can you get that from?
gave these as gifts to our friends.
These are gifts.
Holiday
Can we put that
gifts.
up? Oh, this is signed.
Signed. It says, collect them all, and they're numbered as if they're Pokemon cards.
So this kind of a joke.
I have to make light of it sometimes because it is. It's still something that I deal with. I don't walk with a limp necessarily, but I still have pain and I still have a little
Okay, well, let's get into the personal part of this.
Oh, yeah.
But you're here suing for $6,057.55.
That's my out-of-pocket cost. That's what I paid.
But you're suing him for this.
Yes, because he.
Why?
So the reason why I even said that he even owes me money is because when I was in the emergency room going through all these things, I'm like, oh my gosh, how much am I gonna have? This is, who knows how much money I'm gonna have to spend out of pocket. Yeah, I've got insurance, but I know that insurance only covers so much, and then I've got a deductible, and so I'm talking out loud like, this is gonna be a big deal. And he says, whatever your out-of-pocket cost is, I got it, because he felt bad.
I didn't offer to pay.
You didn't offer to pay.
No.
What did you offer?
I told him that because he was going hysterical in the ER. Like, he was asking all the doctors and nurses, like, how much is it going to cost? Don't
And you
touch
in
me.
medical billing.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yes. So he goes, don't touch me. Don't touch me. How much is it gonna cost first?
You sitting up here with your leg broken 15 places. And you sitting here trying to figure out how much it's gonna cost. You don't want nobody to touch you till you figure that out.
Well, money's tight, you know.
I'm just amazed at what you think about
Yeah,
in the moment that your leg is in 16 pieces.
yeah.
I need you to fix my leg, and I'm not gonna pay you. Let's start the hunt me down process, and that can begin whenever you want to. But yes, I want my leg fixed, and I want the best care possible, and money don't matter to me. You know why? Because I ain't gonna pay you. Okay, now, you're sitting there.
Yeah.
You try to calm your friend
Yes.
out.
I'm thinking like, okay, after all this is over and said and done with, I'm gonna offer my medical billing expertise and knowledge.
Okay.
And if it is high, I'll say, hey, well, let me help you with that. I can call the insurance for you. Maybe we can dispute the bill, things like that.
Did you ever say you was gonna pay something?
No.
So, is this a surprise to you that he's suing you?
Yeah, I'm very surprised. I think it's
shouldn't
ridiculous
be.
that I'm here. I am.
It shouldn't be because
Has he brought up money before?
Yes.
This happened in 2018 on
yes.
Labor Day.
So 30 months later, after all this, I started getting text messages saying that I owe him money.
right, bills were trickling in.
So let's talk about why you're claiming $6,000.
That is my amount that I paid for both surgeries, the hospitals. That's my portion of it after the insurance paid their
That's
portion.
$6,057.55.
That's correct.
Okay.
This was a deductible plus a percentage.
And then the insurance company covered the rest.
Correct.
You just paid a percentage and a deductible.
Right.
Okay. And you're saying you don't owe any of that.
No, this is actually the first time I'm seeing this balance. He's never told me how much he's wanting me to pay.
I have multiple
No,
times.
he hasn't.
This is the part we got to get solid on. Are you responsible for his medical bills?
No.
I say he did just because of the push.
Why do you feel you shouldn't pay? Tell me.
No, well, first, I mean, I didn't push him. I was nowhere near, because when I turned around, he was already on the floor. And then at the hospital, I just said, well, figure it out.
Let me tell you why I'm about to give you the verdict that I came to. First of all, the whole story of how it happened is true. Nobody's disputing that. But for 2 blocks, you're riding okay. Then he gets to this unknown territory, this unthinkable thing. He now has to cross the street. So here, this moment of rushing to get there, and you zoom past him, you could have inadvertently bumped him. And instead of going, whoa, his ass goes straight up the street. I know you had me thinking, oh, hell no. One little push, and now he all heading all the way up the street. A really bad accident happens. In the moment, you don't know it, but you got 16 fractures in your leg. But your friend calls an Uber to save you the ambulance bill because he knows from being in medical billing how expensive that is. Little did he know, he was snatching a bucket list item. This ain't your damn friend. You get to the hospital, come to find out, he was absolutely correct because you're overly concerned with the price of everything. Because any person that has 16 fractures in their leg is not going, before you cut, how much is this going to cost? He's going, well, you gather yourself because you need help. 3 years have gone by. And every year, he passes out a picture. Get all of them. It's 400. And finally, the bill comes through, and it totals $6,057.55. I've reached a verdict. There's no way I can award you $6,057.55 because I'm not really sure that this man promised you $1. But I'll tell you what I am going to do. Because I know in my heart, he pushed you. For that, I'm going to give you $200 because he pushed you. And here's the surprise I'm going to award you half of what you're asking for. That's a total of $3,028.76. Because he denied you a chance to ride in that damn ambulance. And that right there, you took a dream from a man. You're a dream killer. You're just a dream killer. He could have been in that ambulance. And that's my verdict.
It was an agreement.
Yeah.
You said you was going with me, I was going with you. So it wasn't like this came out of the clear blue.
Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Harlem. Which one is Queens? I did every one of them.
Nadrika Wright. Natalie is suing Nadrika for non-payment of a $4,000 loan that Nadrika desperately needed for liposuction surgery. Nadrika says Natalie is demanding too much too soon, and she's not paying.
Let's start with you, Natalie. You have 30 seconds to state your case.
I'm suing my friend for $4,000 that I gave her for liposuction surgery. She stated she would give me the money back, and she still has not paid me as of yet.
Okay, Nadrika, it's your turn. You got 30 seconds to respond.
Natalie needs to stop it. We just got back from surgery, and she's rushing me to give her back this money that she gave me no time period to pay back. And frankly, she wanted me to be her surgery sister.
Surgical sisters.
Yes.
Explain what that is to me.
We book together, we go together, we take care of each other. Even though she didn't take care of me, I had to take care of her.
Because you all going to do the procedure at the same time.
Yes. Well, not same time, same day, same doctor.
Same day, same doctor.
Yes.
You know, I mean, he can't do everybody
He can't
at
do it at the
once.
same
He can't
time.
just be talking about...
Right.
That's too much. So I got you.
Yes.
So, Miss Natalie, how long have you known the defendant?
I've known her for 12 years or longer, and me and her mother are good friends.
Oh,
And
okay.
also, she's one of my hair clients because I do hair on the side.
How did this loan come
Okay,
about?
back in January or February, me, Nadrika, and another friend of mine, we all talked about doing liposuction for our stomach.
I'm interested in that.
Oh, yeah, because the exercise is not working. So
I've been
we
exercising for 15 years. Still got a story.
stomach. Yeah. So the other person changed their mind. They decided not to have the surgery.
How much was the surgery?
It was $4,300.
Per person?
Yes.
Okay. And so now, what's the plan?
The plan is we call the medical center and you have to make a deposit.
How much is the
The
deposit?
deposit is $250. And then they give you your own personal portal so you can go online and make your payments on your own. Your final payment has to be in 2 weeks before your surgery date. So I asked them what dates do they have available. And they told me that they had August 24th, but you have to be here August 23rd.
So now, your first payment is made when?
January, February for the deposit, the $250. Then in July, I called her and was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it because I don't have the money. She said, no, I got you here. She's like, I really want you to go. I'm like, okay.
How much did she give?
That was $2,000.
But you paid it.
Yes.
Put it down in the
I
hole.
put it in the portal.
I mean, in the porthole.
In the portal.
In the portal.
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't know. It's liposuction. Okay, so now, where the rest of it come from?
August came, it was the last payment due.
We got to get it in 2
I got
weeks
it.
before surgery.
I done booked the flight, the recovery
You got-
center.
yes.
I gotta pay for it now.
Okay, got it.
So I had to ask, can I get another $2,000?
Oh, you asked her.
Yes.
And did you give it to her?
I gave it to her, but I had to wait because this is coming from my hair money. You understand? I work a regular job.
Yeah. So you got to do extra hair.
Yes.
I got
Yes.
you. I got you.
Yeah, I don't have money like that. It was an agreement. That's what we made. You said you was going with me, I was going with you. It's a support for each other. So it wasn't like this came out of the clear blue. Oh, we just want to do surgery. No, you said you was going to do the surgery.
Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens,
I'm sorry.
Harlem. Which one? Which one is?
I'm from Queens.
Queens. It had to be one of them. Little green men.
No, we did. We did.
Okay, so you accepted the $2,000. She gave it to you. How long was it before you put that in the portal?
The next day.
The next day. We in business. The surgical sisters is born.
Yes.
Tell me what happened for the whole process.
We get down to Miami. We have pre-op, so we get there, have to sign papers, take pictures, have the procedure. We go to a recovery house.
Now, both of you had your surgery that day.
Yes.
Yes.
Was it successful?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so good. Okay.
So I woke up in the recovery. I was in so much pain.
Describe the pain for the
Okay.
people that's at the house that's
So-
thinking about lipo.
I wanted this surgery so bad for years. When I woke up, I said, Lord, why the hell I did this to myself? The pain is like you got hit by a truck and you got up, they hit you twice again.
So you go to the recovery house.
Yes.
You have the surgery. They take you to the same recovery house?
Yes. You stayed at the same place.
Oh, y'all in the same place?
We in the same
Are
place.
y'all in the same room?
We in the
Yes.
same
We in the same
room.
room. Yes.
Y'all surgical sisters.
We
There
surgical
you go.
sisters.
So now, were you glad to see her?
No, so after I started feeling better, I told the staff, my friend is coming, go get her medicine. So I paid for them to go pick up her medicine because when she got back, she didn't have to worry about that. I made sure her bed was ready. I also made help to go to the bathroom, help to get up. I even put in my phone every 6 to 7 hours when we had to take the antibiotics or had to take painkillers. I made sure she was okay. So it was either help her or I gotta listen to the whole night.
She's exaggerating it though.
No, she ain't.
She
No, she ain't. I can tell right now you was over there doing all of that and more.
Listen to the whole night.
She's exaggerating it though.
No, she ain't.
She ain't.
No, she ain't. I can tell right now you was over there doing all of that and more. So you're saying you don't owe her, right?
I mean, she could take some money off. I took care of her.
You could take some money off. What do you mean?
I was her personal nurse.
How much you think that's worth?
What? A minimum of 1,000?
So you
I
think
did.
you did $1,000
You think you
worth
did
of care?
$1,000 worth of work to help? Girl, you need to go get you a job at the recovery house.
I was. She was my first patient.
Okay. So what happened when you all got back home?
3 weeks after we returned back to New York, I started calling her to ask her when will she think she'll be able to start paying some of the money back. She said, I'm going to call you back. I was getting that a lot.
How many times you think you reached out for the money?
I texted her about 4 or 5 times.
Do you have a text message?
Yes, I had submitted text messages.
Okay, let me see that. This is Nadrika texting you?
Yes.
You're right. My apologies. I'm going to try. You know, September money is tight. Kids back in school.
You know, being that she had to get some things for the school and, you know, the children. So, okay, all right. So then I'm going to give you a little bit more time.
What's the picture?
How fabulous she was looking.
Yeah. I know you want that money and everything. September tight, but so is my waist. Now, Natalie, were you very clear with her that this was a loan?
Yes, I was very
No,
clear.
you
You signed the promissory
And
note. You signed the promissory note.
Whoa. You have
Bring
a
that up.
promissory
Yes,
note.
I submitted.
up.
We have that in the monitor, I
Bring
understand.
that up.
August
And
16th,
this is what she gave me.
I, Nadrika Wright, agreed to pay Natalie Torrance the amount of $2,000 for the second payment for surgery.
Payment for surgery.
In a total of $4,000 paid back as soon as
within a
possible
reasonable time.
within a reasonable time. So these are signatures.
Right.
You signed that?
I did.
Agreed to pay
I did.
Natalie Torrance a total of $4,000. This is all agreed to.
Yes.
So what's your problem with the promissory note?
You see any time and date on there? I'm supposed to give the money back. It says as soon as possible. Her soon as possible, my soon as possible is two different soon as possible.
Oh.
In a reasonable time. What's her reasonable time and my reasonable time?
Well, let me ask you something. Just since we talking,
Yes.
what is your idea of a reasonable time?
Not 3 weeks.
Okay,
Not 3 weeks.
3 weeks, but in 3 weeks she don't have the right to ask for any payment?
She never really said, Nadrika,
Can you give me something?
But we're adults.
Yes.
Most adults will say, look, I don't have it all, but I'm going to give you something. I reached a verdict. You all have been free. She has been doing your hair for a number of years, but somehow the conversation of liposuction come up. But now, she doesn't want to do this surgery alone. So on the day that the money was due, she came to you and you admitted to her, girl, I just ain't got it. She said, I got you. Next payment due, she trying to get her money in. She goes to you and go, hey, you ready for the second payment? You said, I don't have it this time, but you asked her for the two. She didn't have it, so she starts hustling. She come up with the extra. Now she done paid her $4,000, your $4,000. We go to Miami now, and the surgery rougher than anybody would imagine. She's handling it a little bit rougher than you. You being the good friend that you are, you pick up the slack. Cause y'all surgical sisters. Now, 3 weeks later, she calls and says, hey, I'd like to get my money. You say, hey, it's school time, I can't do nothing. She said, okay, cool. But now, here the problem. She calls again and asks for her money, and you ignoring her now. You could have said, I don't have the whole 4, but can I give you 500 on it? Now, listen to me. You know where this is going. She comes up with an agreement that you sign. Now, reasonable could be any number of things. So now I'm about to help everybody be reasonable. Here's my verdict. I rule for $4,000 for the plaintiff. Now let me help you all create a more concrete contract. Every 30 days, can you afford to pay your friend $500?
Yes.
Is $500 fair for you?
I could accept that. She has 2 kids.
So now, let's do $500 a month. That means in 8 months, the debt is paid. I think that may still allow for you all to rectify this friendship and get back to being friends, because we got 2 people in here that just need a slight little break and a little bit of direction on how to draw up a proper contract. That's my verdict. And that's how I see it. No, wait, yo, howdy doody looking ass is supposed to have that fine thing sitting over there. See what we got here.
This is the case of Amber Elliott versus Stephen Elliott. Amber is suing her husband Stephen for $6,000 for home-cooked meals he refuses to eat. Stephen claims his wife is a terrible cook, and he's countersuing for $6,000 for takeout and cooking lessons.
Let's start with you, Amber. You have 30 seconds to state your case.
Your Honor, I'm suing my husband, Stephen Elliott, for $6,000 for all the wasted time, ingredients, and the emotional distress he has put me through for 14 years over my cooking. He'd rather go to his mom's house.
Stephen, it's your turn. You have 30 seconds to respond.
Your Honor, I don't owe my wife anything. Her food is raw, unedible. I'm countersuing for $6,000 for the amount of money we've actually spent on eating out.
Well, Amber, tell me exactly what your suit entails.
I knew when I married this man the way to his heart was through his stomach. But I did not know how damn critical he was going to be of my cooking and what a mama's boy he's going to be.
There's nothing wrong with a mama's boy.
Yes. So this man doesn't eat seafood. He never touched a vegetable until after 30. Okay? He grew up like a prince.
She said you're a mama's boy. You said there's nothing wrong with being a...
Absolutely not.
When y'all first got together, did you tell her what kind of food you like?
Yes, sir.
Give me a list of what that food is you like.
I'm selling from Florida. My mama cooked me mashed potatoes and gravy, mac and cheese,
chicken tenders, hamburgers, hot dogs, meat and cheese. I don't want anything. Don't add extra.
Oh, you 5.
Your Honor, I grew up in a diverse home. My dad was Puerto Rican. My stepmother was from Guatemala. I grew up with arroz con pollo, mofongo, flan, plantanos. I'm hoping to bring my culture into our relationship or our marriage, and he'd appreciate it because that's what I was raised on. But like you said, I'm raising another child. I have 3 kids. I have the youngest is 2, and he's like my 4th
Your
child.
Honor, even our children don't eat her food.
That's a lie.
Did you make anything he liked?
Yes, I actually made a baked spaghetti that he loved in the beginning of our marriage. It had cream cheese, the noodles was right. It didn't have any vegetables or anything in it. He enjoyed that so much that he wanted me to make it again. The problem is, I like diversity, so I added peppers and vegetables to the next one.
Your Honor, it was
tasted
disgusting.
just
She had
fine.
it uncooked.
It tasted just fine.
Let me ask you this. Since he likes Southern foods, did you ever try to cook Southern food?
I have, but he always complains that it's undercooked or it's not up to his standards. I'm exhausted.
I understand you submitted a video.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Of
please,
you
please.
tasting food?
Please,
Yes, sir.
please.
All right, let's play the video.
One for mock-up curry.
It was a good curry. Peppers, curry, chicken.
You're supposed to use tomato paste, not tomato sauce.
I
Substitute for
substituted
everything.
tomato paste for tomato sauce.
You don't
Wasn't
do
a
that.
big difference for that recipe. It tasted just alike. His palate just needs to change.
You need to change your palate, man.
Your Honor, anybody knows how to cook. Tomato paste and tomato sauce are the same thing. This is her palate. She made a pecan pie, didn't mix it. There was about a half-inch thick of
Do you have a
salt
picture
layer.
of the pecan pie?
Yes.
Does that look like a pecan pie to you? Your
Okay,
Honor?
wait a minute.
It was from a Christmas party, and
Well,
You're
right.
right.
it was a
Well, I got
surprise.
this.
So it doesn't look like the pecan pie on top of it, but it was.
Oh, this was a surprise pie.
To the Christmas party, yes.
It was a surprise.
So, ma'am, I'm gonna do a survey with the people in the crowd. And have you ever seen a pecan pie and you couldn't see the pecans?
No, sir.
See, y'all stupid. See, you don't know nothing. It was Christmas. And one of the joys of Christmas is opening presents. So she wrapped the pecan pie in a Christmas paper that was crust flavored. So what did the pie taste like?
It had, like I said, a layer of salt at the bottom of it.
It
She
was
threw
on
it
one
together.
side. I mixed up the rest of it, but he noticed a layer of salt.
So I'm curious about this case now. Other than the cooking, are you all happily married?
Your
Yes,
Honor,
Your
the bed's still hot.
You have children?
We have 3.
Is he a great father?
Oh, yes.
Is she a great mother?
Yes, sir.
No problem. We're just having a problem in the kitchen.
Yes.
So since you don't eat the food, how do you eat?
I fend for myself.
Well, you're countersuing for $6,000.
That's for all the takeout
You have
meals
that?
and eating out. Yes, sir.
Nancy?
Your Honor, I am a stay-at-home mother of the 3 kids. I go to school full-time, and I'm in the process of getting my yoga certification. I am
She
busy
sleeps
myself.
until 10:30.
Could you give me insomnia,
Nobody
okay?
sleeps to 10:30.
No.
does.
No,
Well,
not
listen,
with a
nobody
2-year-old.
does that with 3 children.
No.
That's
No,
an
I am up
impossibility.
all night.
It's okay. I got you on this one.
I have to take the children to school in the morning while I work at 8. I have meetings at 8:30, and she's expecting me to
work
take
from
my
home.
second daughter.
You work from home.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
stuck
let
behind
you.
a computer doing cybersecurity.
But I got a feeling that this food attitude is a carryover from several other attitudes. You got takeout total $5,022 over what period of time? would you
3
say?
months, Your Honor.
3 months. Well, do you agree with this?
No. Your Honor, sometimes I'm just too tired to cook, and especially for him being so critical. I'm exhausted. I'm tired of it after 14 years.
I see $5,022.98. What's the rest of it? Where's the 970 something?
Or some cooking lessons.
Your
Wanna
Honor,
get some
I don't
cooking
need
lessons?
cooking lessons. I need a personal chef and therapy.
All my money, I pay for everything.
You want that for cooking lessons?
Yes, sir.
For yourself?
Oh, for my wife.
So you suing her for the cooking lessons.
I'm gonna have to pay for it. I pay for everything anyways.
Oh, hold on, Dad.
Your Honor.
Apply at JudgeSteveHarveyCasting.com.
Oh, hold on, Dad.
Your Honor.
That is the only way, Your Honor, I can deal with him.
Okay,
That's the only way.
excuse me, before
Sorry.
you stop. What were you doing, Bruce?
Or I was protecting my Zen, sir.
Oh, that's yoga.
Yes, sir.
I was getting ready to run up out of here. Okay, so let me go back to you. This $9.77 is for cooking lessons, and all the rest of it is for takeout orders.
Yes, sir.
In the past 3 months, we've spent over $2,297.89 on groceries.
We got $2,297.89 in groceries for food you say he doesn't eat.
Sir.
$3,037.50. What are you claiming that for?
Wasted ingredients.
Wasted ingredients
In my time.
and your labor.
Yes.
And then you have $664.61 is
For emotional distress.
for a total of $6,000. So now, he claims that you no longer cook for him, he has to fend for himself.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that true?
That is, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Cooking for him was my way of showing love. But I got to the point where I'm just fed up in doing it. He doesn't appreciate my effort of
Your Honor,
cooking for
I
him.
appreciate it. I
It
can't
doesn't
eat
show.
it. There's a
It
difference.
doesn't show. It doesn't show.
I reached a verdict. Here's a couple that's been married for 14 years. They have one very glaring problem, and that's overcooking. But that's really only a piece of the problem. Because if you listen to the story, it's some underlying stuff here that creates a bigger problem. I believe that this woman can cook to a degree. She cannot make pecan pie. But she's cooking for a self-proclaimed mama's boy. Has a menu capacity of a 5-year-old. Now, everything you cook is compared to what his mother cooked. How in the world does that make her feel? Because she said she cooks to show her appreciation. To do that and then it not be appreciated for 14 years, that's a hard life to live, man. I think you have a good wife. Not be appreciated for 14 years, that's a hard life to live, man. I think you have a good wife, sir. I think you're gonna have to find a way to show her that you appreciate her efforts. Now you're in here and got a suit for $6,000 in groceries, in wasted food and labor, in emotional distress. You have a countersuit for you, sir, for $6,000 for takeout, and for her to take a cooking class that I really don't think she has to take. Because all you're gonna eat is what you want to eat anyway. If I were you, I'd narrow it down and find a few things. Has she ever cooked anything you've liked?
The spaghetti.
The spaghetti. Look, all he wanted was the spaghetti. Just give him that. You gotta compromise. But you, sir, you got to be one of the biggest buttholes. Because, man, I don't know how you thought coming to court against your wife's cooking was a good idea. I know your mama think it's a good idea. You ain't married to your mama. Quit going over your mama's house every time something go wrong, man. You gonna mess around and go over their mama's house one time, you gonna come back home, they're gonna be the mood out. Now we gonna cut this out, man. You got a beautiful wife over here. You can't do no better than this. I promise you can't. Cause you're a little strange looking guy. So you know, I don't know how you got her, but you ought to thank the Lord above that you got that little fine fine thing sitting over there. Because he's your howdy doody looking ass is supposed to have that. So now, my ruling is for the plaintiff for $6,000. Because I don't know how you done sat here for 14 years and been browbeaten like this over your cooking and run to his mama every time he wants something to eat, but then every time you want some loving, you come back home to get that. Matter of fact, I changed my verdict. I'm gonna give you your $6,000 and the maximum $4,000 that I can't allow. All your money is for pain and suffering. My verdict goes to the plaintiff, $10,000. That's the way I see it.
Hopefully we compromise on things, and she'll cook some stuff that I like to eat, and
Hopefully he'll appreciate it.